Hello all. Today we'll be learning how to make a very simple model using part modeling. As you can see, we have been given a drawing with three different views. This is my front view, this is my right view, this is my top view. The right view is a section view which is exactly at the center to give certain features, to show certain features. There is also a local section view which is used to show the feature of a counterbore hole. Now, let us begin by making this part. Create a new part as we have done earlier. Select our units and say OK. Now, considering this as my 0, 0, I'll start beginning the modeling. Now, I'll take a front view and I'll begin by making a rectangle which is 140 by 30. Now, here my 0, 0 is this. And I have this is 140, this is 30. Now, the addition of material as per the drawing is done up to 150. Addition of the drawing is done up to 150 in a very symmetrical manner. I'll change this to 150. Now, on top of this, there is an arc which is of 40 radius with this as the center. Let me select the face. I know this is the center and the radius of the arc is supposed to be 40. Since we need it as a solid, I am closing the sketch, creating the extrude up till the selected surface because I want the extrude only till that particular surface. This is the model. Now, to get the exact shape of the front view, I need to remove a certain amount of material as you can see with respect to R30 radii. So, I'll consider the same face. We already know the center. This is R30. Goes to the straight. Let me just keep a reference line so I'll get an axis in the center. We are trying to remove the material, hence the remove material option. We'll remove it up till the next surface. This is the cut. Similarly, there's also a small cut here which is maintaining 50 and 50 from the edges, 15 and 15 from the edges. I'll try to remove that as well. Dimension from here to here is supposed to be 15. Same way the dimension from here to here is supposed to be 15. Since we are trying to remove the material, I'll flip the direction. The remove material default is always on. The same feature is being cut on the right side, so I'll just use the mirror option to create a mirror on the other side. Now, we do have an extrusion over here, which is the addition of material at a distance of 80 in a circular manner. So let me take a plane from the base, since the dimension is given from the base itself, at a distance of 80. On this plane, let me try to create the circular feature given in the drawing. Let me flip so I can see the center axis. Now, this is my circular feature, which is a 40 diameter. I'll try to mirror this onto the other side. Now, the distance between the circles is supposed to be 80 mm, which is already mentioned. So let me give the 80 mm in between both the circles and click on OK. We want the extrusion towards the body, hence towards the body, extrusion is done. Now, there are a few rectangular cuts, square cuts on the circular object. So we'll try to make that. The square dimension is 20. On this particular body, I'd like to do it. Select the reference. Try to make a rectangle. Dimension is supposed to be 20. Since we are supposed to remove the material, I'll flip the direction. The default option is on. Once you say OK, it cuts the material. The same feature is on the other side of the circle as well. Hence, I'll be using a mirror command to create it on the other side as well. Now, we do have various holes at a distance of 110 and 120. So I'd like to use a point pattern. It will be a little easy for me to maintain the dimensions as well. So I'll be using a sketch, considering this as the reference and this as the reference. Now I can mirror these two onto the opposite side as well. Now, as we all know, the distance from here to here is supposed to be 120. I'll maintain 120. And the distance from here to here is supposed to be 110. I'll maintain the distance from here to here as 110. The other hole is exactly on the center. So I'll just take a point. Since it's supposed to be in line with this, I'll use a vertical constraint to maintain the inline constraint. The same thing is supposed to be mirrored onto the other side, and now we have the 6 different points for our feature. So we are using a hole feature for the first point. It's a counter bore hole, so I'm trying to change it to a counter bore option with up to next feature. The inner hole is 6 diameter, the outer hole is 10 with 2 depths. Inner hole is 6 diameter, outer hole is 10 with 2 depth, and say OK. Now we need to pattern this feature, so I'll just select the hole, click on pattern. Since I already have points, I'm using a point pattern and selecting the point, so it just directly creates a pattern in one attempt. Now, there are finishing operations like rounds given in the model. So I have R5, which is for this particular feature. So let me just start with the R5 option. This is the R5 as mentioned in the drawing. The same radii I have R3 over here. So let me try R3 as well. Great. Now I have another radii at this one, which is supposed to be R2. So I'll give that as R2 as well. I'm creating a new set. The inner radii of this is actually the same radii as R3, which is not mentioned in the drawing. So I'll just try to take the R3 for these as well. These are my rounds. Now you can take a section view, click on a section view option. I have a planar section view, give it a name. Select the planar section view, you'll find the planar section view, which is similar to what we have in the drawing. I'll take a right view and show it to you. Now, similarly, I have another section view which is showing this particular feature. That section view is called an offset section view, wherein I can see whatever section view I'd like. So I want to see only this particular portion of my section. So I'm taking a line passing through this. I'll just coincide it exactly at the center. So when I do that and say OK, it usually gives a section view, but I want to see it towards this direction. So I'll flip the direction to see the section view. Now when I click on the front view, you can see this section view. It's not mandatory to show the complete section. You can only show a certain section of your section view as well. That is called a local section view, which we have seen in this particular drawing. The whole front view is as it is, but only a small area of your section is shown as your section view. I'm going back to no cross section. I'll do the isometric view. This is the final model of a very simple part modeling. Thank you.